Oh, like Danganronpa or Zero Escape Manok. I respect it. Let's just start one of these up. Why all of a sudden now all the sounds? Fuck. Jesus Christ. Just the music. Go back to Hanafuda and crank the audio? Yeah, I guess, man. Maybe I can like salvage it here or something. Oh, this is okay. Let me just catch up with the chat. The new audience stuff, the old Fate probably gone. Yeah. I mean, I really think like this atmosphere and shit definitely on the way out, but we'll see. Okay. I'm not that far behind it. What in the sweet mother of shit? God, why does Hanafuda fuck everything so hard? The Berserker one didn't. A little more. I mean, that's fine too. I'm talking more just atmosphere. I haven't played the ones outside the VN, so I mean, I'm looking forward to doing extra and shit. I still got plenty of Fate ahead of me, but I don't know if it starts to take a different tone. If it's still this like kind of, you know, serious urban, you know, fights at nighttime, a little bit of horror in there. I mean, yeah, you get the slice of life shit, but that's always been a pretty heavy contrast. I think it needs more volume. The music too quiet. Just sci-fi? Okay. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not willing to do other Fate properties that have different atmospheres if they pull it off well, but... Or cover different material, you know. It doesn't have to just all be the copy-paste, but... Just depends. Versus full on sci-fi. I don't like it, but it's still Fate. Oh, really? Still got the feel. Extra CCC better though. What are you supposed to play? Like, if I'm gonna play extra, what the hell do I play? Extra then CCC and then Excel or some shit? Or is extra CCC like a alternative thing? I think it's been explained to me before, it was a long time ago.
いや、今日は買い物でシントに出ている。夜まで帰らないって言ってたけど。
なら安心したわ。
CCC is the sequel. Oh shit.
先に言ってくれてたら引き止めて。何
Nextella is like what, sequel to CCC or its own deal?
あの子にこんなところを見られるのは避けたいの。ほら、あの子は私が完璧な奥様だと信じてる。
Great fan transit before CCC event. After was supposed to be great. Shit. Jesus. Then play Extella. Some knowledge of extra.
なるほどな。桜の夢を壊したくないと。
Sounds like the extra series is its own basket of fucking its own huge line of games, man. Damn. I didn't realize there's that many games in it. So there's 4 games. They always seem like they're just DLC to one another, but they're like straight sequels. Still surprises me that something in the Fate series cannot have a fan translation, but you can get these really obscure VNs and shit that nobody's ever heard of that do. Isn't Extella like a Musuo game? No reaction to the Remember 11. I'm sorry, Goto. He's putting out the bait, man, but he's not getting any pulls on the line.
まさか私が恥をさらしたくないだけよ。
Don't like the Tamamo. Isn't Nero an extra and shit like way more like hardcore? Nero and like Fate Go's like this bubbly Umu machine, but in extra she looked like she roasted people pretty hard. She seemed kind of cool.
了解。そういうことにしとこう。
I've never been a big Tamamo guy though. Oh, okay, Mana. I didn't realize there was that extensive of dialogue in it. I don't know how long the VN parts are and how much of it's just gameplay.
では改めてこんにちは、坊や。
She was way better. Why didn't they keep that?
今日は先生と呼んだ方がいいかしらね。
Female bubbly Gilgamesh? That's cool.
違う。中が
Blade
スカ
wife
スカに
of
なって
it,
るのが
was
多い
she?
から大きければいいってわけじゃない。
そうなの。ええ、知っていたよ。
Okay, so this is the cooking thing I was wanting to see finally. I need to focus in.
じゃあ肉じゃがでいこう。比較的和食っぽいし。
My dude's way too worried about the sex as usual. Oh man, she's looking great, brother, when he's chopping his potatoes. Homemade meat and potato soup, boy. Boy.
大抵はそうじゃないかなって話だよ。共通幻想っていうか、男のさもしい夢っていうか。 そんなこと気をもむ前にさ、腕まくりぐらいしてくれ。
Like I need to like go halfway on the voices. Like just too much.
あら、私としたことが。ええ、わかってる。わかってるのよ、本当に。
She was like the lovable doofus. And then he's borderline not likable at all, depending on the route.
安心なさい。水よけ、シミよけ、油よけの魔術をかければいいんだから。雑菌対策も完璧よ。
Yeah, at least his relationships with others is fine. I don't like him, but he's like, he's still like, you know who he is, you know his character developed. He's got relationships that are fine. He's not like a fucking plank of wood, a potato just drifting around.
まあならいいけど。
He's one of those, I love to hate him, man. Like I wouldn't have Shiro any other way. Him and Sakura seem like the canon ship. And they're both like grandma, grandpa kind of thing going on.
なんだ、刃物は慣れてるじゃないか。
I wonder why. She's got crazy knife for NP, man. Yeah, Saber's good. I liked Ren before, like the most before I jumped into a lot of these routes, but over time, especially after this, I'm just like, I feel the Sakura and Saber a lot more. Sakura just feels like the right pick, and they push the Sakura pretty hard in a lot of scenes. It never feels like a match is just right. It feels like my dude's like a beta, and he just likes getting pushed around, and then so like Rin randomly just falls into his lap. Or at least Sakura, they feel like they have like a chemistry thing going on. Yeah, they definitely have that going too, man.
包丁の使い方、とても料理が増えてとは思えない。
刃物自体は魔術で使うもの。慣れていて当然よ。
I keep fucking up. There's like this very small range that I'm trying to get it around where it was before it got fucked up.
ボトルシップ作りなんて細かい作業も
This is
してたっ
okay, I
け。
think.
気楽にすればいいぞ。いつもの魔術薬を作るようなつもりでさ。
Oh, really? Yeah, the Grand Order I mean, the Grand Order main character is just a vehicle for choices that don't actually have any weight to them. It's just nothing. Well, don't spoil too much on me, boys. I know we're already kind of past the point of me spoiling, but I already know pretty much half the shit that happens extra before I played it. Didn't bother to give the Go Guy one. Yeah, the Go Guy is just so far. So I can go the servants loving a plank of wood for existing fields like with MASH. Romance without chemistry sucks. Yeah, when there's no chase or, you know, nothing you can relate to, it's definitely weak. I mean, it's fine for fan service if you just want to see a lovey-dovey bitch looking at you. 2D bitch looking at you with the lovey-dovey eyes and fan service love scenes and shit, but like in terms of real character interactions, it's kind of rough.
料理と調合は比べられないわよ。
I thought you were talking about Romanov for a second fast. I was like, oh man, he should be the main character.
紅葉を優先する薬学と 味覚と栄養を調和させる調理は別物も別物、第五次元の感覚だわ。
Feel strongly about it. Well, everybody's got a different weight to what they think's important. Nothing wrong with that. Definitely looking forward to seeing what the extra shit's about. Now I'm gonna play it for sure. Just don't know when. Because after this, I mean, we'll be the big highlights will be out, so I kind of get to delve into kind of where the series goes after the VNs. Love.
食べさせたい相手を思うことが目的の半分なのよ。
あ、そうなのか?
I like how they do fan service and hall Ataraxia and shit. Like, they don't lather on like the titty and all that often, so when it does happen it feels more special. And usually I care more about the fun scenes and the dialogue than I do any kind of like sexual shit. And again, sexual fan service has always been kind of like a whatever. I don't really care about the kinks as much as I do the actual like plot and dialogue. We're talking about Apocrypha? I only know the anime, so didn't read it. A small, I think a Saber rolls in asking for a fucking snack.
なぜあなたが上がり込んでいるのですか? シロ! 待て、今日のキャスターは敵じゃないぞ。料理を習いに来ているだけだ。
I wasn't a huge fan of many of Apocrypha's characters. I mean, it was fun, just mindless action. I mean, I like Spartacus, the oppressor, but he's just like fucking dumb, so hard to not really. Yeah, there's not much character to be had. I mean, Stolfo's got sex appeal, but he was pretty fucking annoying. Who was cool? Vlad was alright, I guess, when he went Dracula mode. He's looking down on Fate from his high horse. Are you looking down, dude, or are you just looking in, man? He's just looking in, but he thinks he's looking up. Say no. When do we get the yeah, aren't we on a level ascended where you can like it but then still critique it, right? Ladders above. Am I a triple ascended, man? I can look on the fans who look on the other fans who look on the series. When are we gonna get that emote in, man? Yeah, I like Heracles. I like Lancelot. I don't know much about Lubu's. I enjoyed. I mean, I like Spartacus. I mean, so that's the thing is like sometimes the simple dudes are cool. I mean, I like Spartacus as like a gimmick, you know. He just says oppressor a lot. It's funny, and he leaves big speeches and shit.
何をのんきな。そんなあからさまの空事をまさかシロはキャスターに操られているのですか。
Wonder how long it's gonna take Twitch to get the emote through though. Hopefully Franker's Facey gets the upgraded version in quicker.
そんなわけないだろう。あとそう、このことはさくらやみんなには黙っててもらいたいんだけど。
早速馬脚を表しましたね、キャスター。隠すのは後ろ暗いものがある証拠です。
Special ability, yeah. Oh, madness.
キャスターは信用なりません。私があの女に囚われてどんな目にあったか、シロはもう忘れ。
The sexual
そういう
thing.
不幸な経緯もあったけど。
何を
The only thing Saber cares about, dude, the food.
ああ、今日教えてるのは肉じゃがだけど。
Is Spartacus in anything other than Apocrypha? I feel like there's so much potential for the Fate series, man. That's why I always hold out hope. Like, there's already good stuff with it. Like, the concept's so cool. It's just too bad that, like, the money is all on this, like, shitty phone game, dude. Like, fucking... You want something, like, crazy, you know? I mean, they've got that, like, Dissidia-style fighting game. Maybe they'll bounce from there, dude. And they got the Musou. It's like they got RPGs with like give me something crazy, man. Put the budget. The series parts are few and far between. I mean, what heavens feel, man? It's all serious, dude. Like 20 hours straight. Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean, God. But this is a fan service disc, man. It's a fan disc. The serious shit, you just took it on its own, is really cool. And you could still... The base concepts, no matter how much of it is fan service, the base concepts for all the serious shit can be used, I feel like, in another format really well. You know, the Holy Grail Wars and, you know, just servants and just make, like, a different plot to it. It doesn't have to all be, like, super meta. Manju, have you got? I know. And we're gonna get a lot coming up, but I'm not gonna judge like the potential for the series to be in a different like game type based on a fan disc. I like the fucking slice of life shit, but I'm taking it purely as like an extra thing. I don't even think any of this is in like a real like dimension. It's not like, I don't even know if this is like directly connected. We'll see. But I do agree there is a lot of slice of life in Fate Stay Night still. And the Fate Stay Night slice of life is pretty dull. But it knows when to stop. in Heaven's Feel at least. I feel like in the Fate route it didn't know when to stop, but it was a lot more about Saber and Emiya than it was the rest. And Unlimited Blade Works, I don't know. It definitely front loads a lot of Slice of Life. There's definitely a lot of like, just boom, you know, slice, serious, slice, slice, serious, slice, serious. And it doesn't really feel like it flows too well until you get to the last like half of Heaven's Feel and shit. I mean, I still enjoy it a lot, but the Slice of Life scenes aren't as good as like this is, you know? Like, I like all these little scenes, they're a lot of fun. And I like the serious shit. But it's also a different format, so I'm willing to kind of like forgive it. Like, you know what you're getting into. Put so much in this, and the serious parts in a row instead of making them separate things. And this endless roller coaster. There's definitely a lot of focus on Slice of Life. I think he's talking more with Fate Stay Night, man. I assume. The pacing in Fate Stay Night is kind of rough at times. This one, I mean, I think that maybe they could slice in the serious parts a little differently, because it's really a stark contrast. But since it's like the fan disc and like, you know, the kind of style you got going, I don't think it's a really big deal. No choices. That's true. There's a game, dude. There's a puzzle. There's a choice, dude. There's choices. Oh yeah, sorry. We have a lot of joke names. Yeah, Bazette and Angry Man, Angramanu, whatever. You can choose how you want a theory craft, Minako. Godo sitting here speed reading, man. But I mean, overall though, just let you. I mean, some people, you know, I critique things a lot, and sometimes we'll seem like we're just railing on shit. I really like Fate. Like quite a bit. I enjoy it very much. The VNs. Well, that doesn't mean I don't think they're without like fault. And I think sometimes the pacing and Stay Night is an issue. And this, I'm gonna tell you now, this I've enjoyed just pretty much nonstop. There's a couple shitter Slice of Life scenes in this, but there's not much I don't like so far. I don't also take it as this big flowing story. It's just kind of like a lot of fun scenes. And the individual quality of the fun scenes are pretty good usually. And so far the overarching story is really nice. But we'll see if it actually stays nice. It's not too varied for me. Yeah, but this is like, yeah, kind of like, I'm with Manok there, dude. Like, I'm not into kitchen scenes either. And there's a lot of shitty kitchen scenes at the beginning of this VN. But it's like how much you're invested into the characters. I mean, it's interesting with Caster because she's like a housewife who's totally horrible at doing housewife things, and she's mixing with Saber, who they don't mix with often. They got like bad blood, and he's trying to teach her how to cook, and she's like stupid as fuck. Like, it's not just, hey dude, Nasu wants to talk about making tofu, which is like half of Fate Stay Night and the beginning of Hollow Ataraxia. Like, there's a lot more going on with the characters. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the cooking now is dropped. And this is the only cooking scene. I've been mentioning it for the last like 6 hours. The only cooking scene I actually want to see. Overall though, I mean, I agree overall. There's too much cooking. But I think it's mainly a problem in Fate Stay Night. There is too much in the beginning of Hollow Ataraxia though. I will, like I said, I will agree with that. Fate Stay Night's cooking's like whatever. I don't even know if it's cooking in Fate Stay Night. It's just the dull slice of life scenes, and they don't like really like deepen any character bonds. You know, like it doesn't forward anything. It just feels like they're there sometimes. The start had repetitive scenes. Did they, man? Yeah, you could tell somebody really liked the cooking, because there's a lot of cooking scenes just for the sake of cooking, and like that's cool, dude. But keep it to a fucking minimum, right? I love fishing with Koo, baby. Knife ears, dude. Medea. The pool scenes. Well, the pool scenes are fun because it's like, it depends on how invested you are. It's purely character shit. Like the pool scenes are fun because you get to see like weird, embarrassing, or like funny shit happen with like them in their beach outfits. You know how they each act with it. You see Sakura try to act all busty and crazy and shit. I mean, the best parts of some of those pool scenes are if the cuck and Archer are gonna come in there, Garboy. Like the pool scenes are some of the fun ones. Like even though it's just like each one has a different spin on it, you're in it for the character. I don't think you're wrong. I just think it doesn't pertain to the entirety of like Fate Stay Night VNs. I know, Goto, and I feel like that's what it is, which is totally fine. But I think like objectively, you're right about Fate Stay Night, Slice of Life, and a chunk of all Ataraxias, but I can't agree with the full thing. Double Spadian. Oh, it's nice seeing Goto saying that it's a personal taste thing. I don't think you're wrong. I think to say that all the slice of life in Fate Stay Night is purely based on if you like good characters is wrong, because there's some pretty weak slice of life in Stay Night. The chibi shit's fine, yeah. The gags are good. The full scenes are like, well, you might not. This motherfucker, the full silly, yeah. The Tiger Dojo is good for that. I might not be into it, but I think those scenes are evidence of consistent character writing. Yeah, Manok. I mean, that's why they can make, after one VN, an entire VN based on just like fun, stupid gags and bullshit, you know? Because the characters are interesting and you want to get into them. I feel like the characters are written pretty well. It's just sometimes he puts them in situations that aren't interesting. I feel like Tosaka has been the most consistently boring. Like every time I click a Tosaka one, I'm like, this is gonna suck. And they usually are pretty dull. Like, it doesn't really show you any new things with her. It's kind of like retreading territory. Sometimes it's fun scenes, like the pool and stuff like that, or her interactions with other characters. But whenever it's just Emiya with one of the main girls, you kind of just, like, they really need to like spice it up with something else. Like when it's just Sakura and Emiya, it's kind of whatever, unless Sakura's being like jelly, or she's like worried about her weight or tits or something, you know, like that shit's cool. Something different, you know. You don't want to see the exact same slice of life, dull slice of life you got in Fate Stay Night in this. Those are usually the worst scenes. See the arc with Zelrech's stupid box. I don't. No spoilers or anything, I don't remember that. Oh, I've got more than 30 hours in this go. I mean, look at me, dude. I'm sitting here. We're listening to all the dialogue in full, like the voices. I'm talking, you know, I think we've got 40 or 50. This is supposed to be a 30 to 40 hour VN. If you're not like me streaming, it's probably 30 to probably 30, 40, 30, 35. Which just seems repetitive, just skin girls acting slightly different. Tag is based. I feel like they're all different, dude. I feel like most of the characters are pretty different. I feel like I just kind of have to get pretty into them to see that. I don't know, maybe not. Thanks, man. Well, Rin's weak, man. Well, that's why her scenes are like whatever, you know? Some gags don't get that old. Some do, you know? But like Rin, that's her problem is... Like, what the fun gags and shit are when they try to like bring out different parts of the character they normally wouldn't because of like crazy scenes and shit, but they still fit the character, you know? Like usually in like, you don't see a lot of Sakura's like super jealous or, you know, silly side. But then they try to do like scenes where it would make sense that she's like that, like it's believable, but like you get to see the little different parts. Medea's like home life, you know, like what is she actually like? Cause you just know her from like fucking like lesbian tentacle raping Saber and shit. I mean, Saber's mainly just like funny bullshit. Hers are like the kind of same old gags, but they don't get that old. But they don't do like a whole lot of just like Saber solo. The diligence of her getting old man. When she's not fighting, isn't she, Mo? She loves her rice. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, Goda. I feel like with Saber, it depends on how much you are interested in, like, the same gags. Saber gets a lot of the same gags. Her character is just kind of, like, fun enough for me that it doesn't get old. Just the way, like, she talked, and it is pretty unique. How she interacts with people and stuff. But, I mean, most of her serious shit, she goes through so much character development in her serious route that a lot of her like side gags and stuff are just kind of similar. Or a lot of people in their serious shit, you don't see much development like Medea, so you get a lot of cool stuff in this. It feels genuine, yeah. I think that's one of the things, a lot of it feels like endearing or genuine. Some people feel forced, but not many. There are a ton of scenes that are just Shiro being stupid. That's past when Shiro should. Shiro's like super dense in this, but not like Fate Stay Night. He says anything is retarded. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I wish that Shiro wasn't just like... I mean, it's one of those like convenient plot things. It's like in a rom-com or any other slice of life. Sometimes like they try to get these main characters who are so dense, it forwards these like weird situations, like otherwise they would never work out. Like you need like this insanely dense MC. I think Shiro's like too stupid sometimes, but in Hollow Ataraxia, where it's more like lighthearted and shit, it's really not that bad. What kills me is like the level of density he has when it's like serious time. Like in Stay Night it was almost unbearable until Heaven's Feel. Because he's getting like gypsy sucked all the time. I wish there was more fun scenes with the male characters, man. I love like Kukulane and Archer and all that. They have some really funny scenes with them. It's there but not the joke, yeah. I feel like it's easier to not critique Shiro in this because it's like nothing's really riding on it. Like it's just kind of like, oh, there's Shiro doing his thing, right? Like, and then you just kind of are moving on to the scene. But like Fate Stay Night, it's like Shiro being dumb. Like everything was riding on Shiro's interaction with everybody else to like a huge degree, and like choices he needed to make, and it was all about him. So like every time it was just like super sexist or just stupid, and you just like fucking kill me, man. Like It's unreal, you know? But in this, it's like, I mean, I'm not even, like, are you even here for Shiro, you know? Like, I don't fucking remember he's here half the time. It's him supposed to be teaching her, but he's just kind of like a vehicle for it. But yeah, for sure, Face Day Night's way worse. I mean, this is pure fan service. It's just fun, you know? And fan service is for people who are interested in the characters that are there. I think objectively there's some good fan service in Hollow Ataraxia. But it is just a collection of like skits. It's not like the fan, like a slice of life where, you know, it's one big flowing story. Like that's a different kind of slice of life. This is just like skit, like comedy, more like a comedy than like slice of life. Man. I guess there's some serious slice of life in it, but it's mainly like comedy skits and shit. Like an episode of Gintama more than it is like a Haruhi or some bullshit or fucking Spice and Wolf or some shit. I guess Spice and Wolf will do. It's good though. I definitely see where you're coming from. I agree on most parts. Just to a different degree with Godo. Oh yeah, man. For sure. I mean, I know that's his thing, but it's like sometimes it's like too much, right? It's different kinds of things. It's not just when he's being stupid. Sometimes just the shit he says. It's not even like in the Fate route. It's not even in character with like the weird hero of justice, or they ham it up too much. I don't know. Maybe it is in character. I guess it is in character, but sometimes there's like only so much of the same bullshit you can take from the fucking Shiro and Fate Stay Night. It's like 80 hours of fucking bullshit to like hit you with the hero of justice twist shit. How playing Fate Stay Night is not sensible. That people like me should have more interest in the opposite sex. Yeah, just says some fucking odd shit, man. I feel like it's less that I think Shiro's like character type is wrong. Like it's fine to have this guy who's like obsessed with justice and like is wrong for it. It's that the writing is like sometimes unbearable with him. Like there's just shit he says. It's like you're just like, fuck, man. And Saber is a warrior, yeah. It was. I think it's like that, and that's fine. But I think it's like the writing is like way too hammed up sometimes. Didn't the writer even regret how fucking hardcore he made Shiro and Fate? Yeah, I mean, I know it's the main conflict, which is totally fine. But there's like it's like Shiro's like almost a little too unbearable. Like you want him to be a little less, man. Like Jesus fuck, man. Like I mean, there's almost nothing redeeming about the man in Fate. That's all I'm getting at. Like I like him enough and like Heaven's Feel and shit, but a little bit of Blade Works years ago. That's true. I've thought about playing through Unlimited Blade Works, man. I'm just talking about the Fate route. I mean, like, yeah, he's like annoying, but like, you can't say like this guy, it's okay for this guy to be annoying for 40 hours in the Fate route because in another route he's okay, you know, like. I'm not saying that like him being retarded and him realizing it is bad. I think it's just like a little overkill in the Fate route. I don't remember him being a big issue in Heaven's Feel. Filthy secondary. Hey man, I'm trying to fix it. For sure, Manok. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, each route's at its best near the end, right? And that's why you should play Umineko. Evolution of a Man. Yeah. From Higurashi to fucking Umineko. Descent into madness. Should we play through Unlimited Blade Works, man? I feel like I'm gonna get called a fucking secondary for the rest of my life, man. I feel like there's a lot of lore to be had there, but it's just like all Emiya. The problem was that, like, I watched the anime a million years ago. Play secondary until you play science. Yeah, but I have it on good authority that it's not that important to do. I mean, I'll still do it. I just don't think it's high on the priority list, Goto. You'll call me a fucking bad name no matter what. If I do Steins Gate, then they'll find another thing, you know? What? There's gonna never be a... I can never get rid of all the bullying, man. Dude, you can just say that to me, dude. You can just fucking shit on me like that, man. I will play IO. I would never play it again after watching it. Unlimited Blade Works. I watched Steins Gate. I played Steins Gate 0 too. I haven't played Steins Gate because I didn't even know. I didn't even know about VNs before I watched Steins Gate, probably. I would never play it again for watching it. Talking about Unlimited Blade Works. Okay. Well, I won't then. Maybe I'll just rewatch Unlimited Blade Works. I thought about rewatching Fate Zero, but that's more just for like fun action and shit. Sorry if anybody's here to watch these or YouTube. I mean, I maybe enjoy the conversation. It's unfair. I mean, yeah, but it's not that he has autism. It's just that it's like super not entertaining how he's written in Fate to like an insane degree. Just dial it back a bit. Heroes out of character. I just think for like an opening route, Fate's got like a lot of issues with making you give a flying fucko about its main character. And that could be dialed back a bit. I feel like the way he like talks about everything is a little different from just the Majustice and shit. I know what you mean. That's what I'm saying. It's just, I'm just talking about the poor writing. His character type, totally fine, dude. I think it's really interesting, the Hero Justice thing. And him getting BTFO'd. Well, maybe you're talking about something else. I mean, I feel like I should play Unlimited Blade Works. Just rewatch it or something, I don't know. But I feel like I just need like the character part of it. And that's it. You're only gonna get that through the VN. I mean, we would get a bunch more action scenes and stuff, and I get some of that serious time again, which would be alright. I root for him in Heaven's Feel. I mean, I love the fucking last bit with them and shit, but... yeah. I need to brush my teeth, boys. I don't think we're gonna get to any Fate Go tonight. Unless does it still not back on, boys? I might even just take a piss and brush my teeth right after this scene. I think you just have to judge them in two different ways, Goto. I don't think it's like an exclusive thing. I think you can be like, hey man, I appreciate the development of this and I can see why this character is this way and how it's changed and I really like that. But it was still really boring to read that first 30 hours, you know? Like, I feel like you can respect it as a whole, you know? and be like, damn, you know, this is really cool, this development. It's crazy. You can only really get this by reading the whole thing, and it makes it all really awesome. But then you can still be like, hey man, there's a period of time in there where it's just kind of like not entertaining. I don't know. I know, but ignore that. Feel singular is a blight. Long before CTD is a thing. KDkill is Archer versus Shiro. All about the retardation, yeah. I mean, I agree with Goto. I just think there's another thing to think. I think there's just more. Well, we've talked about it before. I just think there's more things to think about than just that. Like, there's two different ways you look at it at the same time. Like, I think that, yeah, Unlimited Blade Works makes you appreciate the Fate route more, but that doesn't mean the Fate route's good, you know what I'm saying? Like, that first 30 is still kind of whatever. It's salvageable as a whole. The whole piece is better for it, but that individual thing is kind of shit. Just like, I was trying. That's Klitz's favorite route, man. I mean, respect, dude. I think he just really likes Saber, which is I like Saber too. I like Saber's story and all of her slice of life and Fate, but I don't like the Fate route itself outside of like little things like that. I think her like very final scene's pretty good. Forgiving Fates exists is not the same as saying it's amazing now. Yeah. The bittersweet saber, yeah, that's definitely a good thing. Oh no, Goto just throws away his entire everything with the fucking the pun, dude. Boya? Boya? I liked shitting on ZTD, but I didn't say it. I mean, it was really fun in like a D movie kind of way, you know? Like a cheesy, like Evil Dead 2 kind of thing, but not actually good. Ooh. Can I do that, Goto? Fuck you, yo. The Bukkake. Yeah, music. There's something. Fate's always had pretty damn good music. The Slice of Life is pretty hit or miss in Fate Stay Night. But the Slice of Life music in this and all the serious shit's always been pretty damn good. The worst Fate music is the couple orchestral songs they use, like the epic orchestral shit. That shit's really bad, but the rest is really good. Bukkake. Hey man, why did I get a Bukkake, dude? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, man. I'll be happy. Yeah. Little Red Shoes playing. That'd be cool. I think the Fate music has a lot of like variety, and it's better for it. Like you get the final scene in Heaven's Feel, you get the opening title music, and it's not just like all orchestral. It's not all the same, but it like kind of gives you like an atmosphere. You know, you'll get like the horror, like urban horror tracks, and you'll get the fight scenes, and they're like bumping with electronic shit. I think it's a good example of where a soundtrack that doesn't just have like strings and shit is utilized like really well, you know? Like some people are just like, oh, I have to just have orchestral strings and it brings out the most emotions. Like no, like I think using all of the different sounds at your disposal in the fucking world to like deliver on an atmosphere is like way better. And I think there's a lot of really good picks and Fate from it. Slice of Life. I mean, the Slice of Life tracks on Hollow Ataraxia aren't like mind-numbing. For Slice of Life, the only thing I can ask is it's not totally mind-numbing after 40 hours. Otherwise, the music doesn't matter for Slice of Life. It's like Higurashi, where you want to die from the carnival music. Like that's where Slice of Life is bad. Slice of Life music has to just be like bearable. Like it has to be able to stand like the stamina, you know, like an endurance test. It's like a totally different kind of music, you know. Or like, you know, like a fight scene, you only gonna hear it a couple of times, so it just needs to be awesome. Just play Muv-Luv and hate it, dude. I'll probably like Muv-Luv, man. You think I would hate it? Or you want me to hate it for some reason? In other works, I really liked them in Zero the most, from what I've done. Camelot map theme is dynamic. I haven't listened to Fate Go music in forever. I need to turn it up when I actually go through the story. I wonder if Godo could pick out something like I for sure wouldn't like that I haven't played. Or there's like a good chance I wouldn't like it. And not like easy shit, like it's just a bad game. Like I don't like bad games. Like something that's like maybe some people like but I wouldn't, kind of thing. Might be hard, man. Zero counts as other works? Yeah. No, I was just adding credence to your fuel to your fire, man. This is a good time, yeah, I will. I always try to go all in on the story, like that's the main story. The only thing I take seriously for story is the main story. Last events were great. Yeah. Oh, did they?
違うわ。総一郎様に勧め。総一郎様のためなら、まさかにだって教えを請うわ。
Alright.
真剣なんだな。
Well, I don't think we're finishing this today, lads. We'll try to finish tomorrow. I'm probably gonna get off after this scene.
どういう意味だそれ
The story in Go is supposed to get pretty good after a while, but like not compared to like this. It's good compared to like its first year, I'm sure. Like it's pretty abysmal for this first year I've been playing it. The side events, the side stories, I guess, are kind of fun. Not that I read many of them. They're supposed to be fun, but it's more fan servicey again. I think how people would say it is that it has an increase in quality, for sure. But I mean, I feel like it'd be like, there's an increase of the Go's story quality from the first year, but like the VNs would still be up here, you know? I don't think it's like unenjoyable though, Manok. I enjoyed the America one. There's a difference between being it's so ass, like I just can't even stand reading it, like the first few worlds, and now it's like, hey man, I can read this and play the game along with it, you know? Like a fucking Muso or some shit, you know? Like characters, yeah. Bye day, bye 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 bye. Remember 11, Uminaka, Fatamarga. Might be interested in the story or the game. I mean, there's still gameplay. The characters are still fun. There's a lot of them leveling up your dudes. The story's fine. I mean, it goes along. It's like a fucking mediocre JRPG with the mediocre story. Like, it's fine. I don't love the game. I don't think it's like a great game, but I mainly play it because there's like community. Like we have people who talk about it, like talking about it with people, joking around about the dumb bullshit in it. It's kind of a love-hate thing. Yeah, I feel like a lot of us playing FGO are in too deep. You can't judge us on Fate Go. Fate Go's like this weird drug thing. Fucking boss fallacy, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy like leveling up my dudes and shit, man. Like it's good, like it's nice. I like the rolls, you know. I'm not gonna spend no money, but I like the thrill, baby. I like talking to people about it. It's cool. I want to see where it goes. I don't have to always be playing it. That's when it's at its worst. Too deep into Tight Moon. Oh yeah, you're pretty deep in. I don't think they know either. I mean, I've got things I like, though, like I said, go down. I just think that, personally, me as a guy who likes to generally remove anything from my life that isn't like super fun or that wastes my time, Fate goes in like an outlier. Like, I usually don't enjoy it that much. I usually would rather spend my time elsewhere, but I'm still like playing it. I guess it's just got just enough things I care about. That's just where it's kind of weird for me. I usually don't like fucking around with it. I mean, I like finishing things and stuff, that's like different. But see, like, that has like a purpose, man. I've caught up, so it's like the YouTube doesn't take that long. I can do music at the same time. You know, you get like subscribers. There's a goal on the horizon. Like, oh, you can make money maybe someday from it. Or more people could come in here and chit chat. Like Fate Go, like, what's the goal? Nothing. You need to roll more, you know? It's like, it's not as bad as like a roguelike where it's like you just do shit to do shit, or like a Diablo where you just do shit. Grind. Like there's no like end game, but at least YouTube has like a point, right? Steins Gate 0. Play with my figures back on emulate shit when you don't have a single 5-star for 6 months and all your friends have Gilgamesh. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much either in terms of 5 stars. The rates are horrible. The story, yeah. I mean, each character has their own story bits too. I don't know. I don't know what point you would want to start actually going through the story and reading it. Don't expect this. I mean, even the worst slice of life scene is better than most of the Go story. But I don't know what point that starts changing. I think it's supposed to be Camelot. Yeah. You would watch, like, you could watch the Fate Go anime and then just go read from Camelot on and assume bullshit happened. London was relevant. America is like fine. Oh, Hans.
Sakura に見せてやりたいな。
何言い出すのかしら。さくらさんにはこのことは秘密だって。
Just the Fuyuki arc? Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, okay, the idea was you just read the very first thing, just to get the lay of the fucking story, you know? If you don't already know. I've watched the anime. I know. That's fine. I feel like just reading the first like hour or two of the story to get the idea, and then jump into Camelot or something. His poor cooking scene, dude, getting destroyed. Sucks because I was looking forward to this cooking scene. The only one. Sorry, online lads. Conversation trumps the rest. Primate murder.
シロ、リンが帰ってきました。
遠坂か。
あの猿みたいに野蛮な娘ね。まずいわ。あの娘やバーサーカーみたいな腕力バカは一番苦手なタイプよ。セイバーのように話し合いで平和的に交渉とはいかなそうね。ええ、難しい相手です。
いや、そりゃ遠坂は気難しいけどさ。
気難しいとかいいこと？私、魔術師同士の戦いでグーを奥の手にするような相手はあの子が初めてだったわ。ええ、古には存在していなかった新しいタイプの魔術師です。
キャスター、何か便利な魔術はないのか？隠れ身とか。
ダメね。今魔術を使うのは発煙筒を焚くのと同意よ。来ます。
Ataraxia also has a lot more budget, a lot more silly, like a lot of CGs, a lot of sprites, a lot of silly animations, which adds a lot to the fun to like spice it up.
おかえり遠坂。
どうしてあなたがそこにいるの
Now we've got Saber with the saucepan.
珍しい風の吹き回しね。セイバーが料理なんて。
Kung
こん
Fu
な時
magic.
間から夕食の支度？
Kung Fu magic lets you mix magic and martial arts, man. Ultimate form of shonen chuni bullshit.
ああ、料理を教えてるところなんだ。肉じゃがはほら。
ちょっとセイバー、ジャンじゃないんだから。
そういうわけで今手が塞がってんだからな。要件があるなら後にしてくれ。
そう。ところでさっきから邪魔っ気なこの紫の風呂敷包みは何？
やっぱり要件は今聞こう。何でも絶対復讐するぞ。俺をゴミと蔑んでくれたっていい。
そうそう、ゴミ袋の話じゃなくて、ちょっとセイバーを借りたかったんだけど無理そうね。
はい、今離れるわけには参りません。私にはここを守る義務があります。
お土産の味見をしてもらいたかったんだけど。
It's probably more fun than somebody who just stands in the back and throws spells. You can make that entertaining. Dude probably likes fist fighting and shit. Can't blame him.
変わり身早いな。
I always like this shit in anime. Like I like it when it's a joke, but it's also funny when it's dead serious. Where they have like conversations, like telepathically somehow. Yeah, dude, what an asshole, right? What kind of unsportsmanlike conduct is that?
さあ、 じゃあ私の部屋に来て。
Not under, nah, the Kitsugu, Emiya's, or Shiro's foster father of sorts. He was like kind of a magus, but he just walked around and shoots people. You just want to see a grown-ass man absolutely just shit on everybody with guns in the Fate universe, just watch that. It'd be like mages and shit, and like crazy mazes and stuff, just blows it up. It's pretty entertaining. Yeah, it just survives on badassery alone. He's a super lame ass guy. Giddy. Waste their potential. I mean, you still got quite a bit of serious content, like the serious routes, and the amount of seriousness in each of them, and then shit like Fate Zero and stuff. I mean, that's still a lot of good content for one IP. Yeah, I think, like, I've said it before too, that there's so much, like, more they could do with it, and they could keep doing that same kind of shit, and it's too bad they don't, but at least it had some good stuff, even if you don't agree with the new shit. Right? Less cool shit than there should be? Yeah. I mean, if I could keep getting really cool shit like Zero or the serious routes and all these, then that'd be awesome, but... Yeah, man, that was pretty good. Yeah, dude. Then you can have your chicken and eat it too, man.
ゴミ袋。今まで魔女だ幼女だと言われてきたけど。ゴミ袋。
Sorry for the boys wanting to enjoy that scene. I feel like the Fate, like the Type Moon universe, has a lot of good stuff. Like Kara no Kyokai, and I guess like Tsukihime, and there's like other spin-offs and shit. If you consider that, then there's a lot of cool shit. But just Fate itself, I mean, I feel like its highest points. It's had its like concept fully realized through the cool routes and like Zero and shit, but I like it enough where I wish there was more. Like I said, kind of squandered it since then. I mean, it's still enjoyable content, but I feel like surely people would consider the VNs and like Zero and shit the high point. Fate Night, yeah. Nasu's Unknown, Holy Grail Grounds. Alright, I'm gonna stop for today on this. Maybe we could do the special scenes here.